Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Quick Draw, we're getting our hooks in when we take a look at the Dual Commas Prime. Now, to be 100% honest with you, I always thought the dual commas looked cool, but were pretty much shit. In fact, the only reason I'd ever use them was because I thought they were kinda sexy. So once their Prime variant was released, I got really antsy to see the stats, and let me tell you, this happy camper was pitching one major tent. Now, as with all Prime weapons, I'll be leaving the drop tables in the description box below, simply because at this point, we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen to the Void, so I'd rather link directly to an article that stays up to date. However, you hardcore wallet warriors aren't too concerned about that since you probably picked these up in the Trinity Prime Access. Now, the Dual Commas Prime, which seems like a terrible naming error, deals mainly slashing damage with a small splash of puncture and a near negligible amount of impact damage. This makes it fantastic against fleshy targets, however it suffers heavily against armored units, so be sure you're equipping the appropriate elemental combo in order to deal the optimal amount of damage. Now, the Dual Commas Prime has had some major upgrades. Its base damage has jumped from 42 all the way up to 70. Combine that with the 1.17 attack speed that it inherits from its non-prime counterpart, and not only does it have the highest base damage in its category, it's also tied with the Dual Zoran as the fastest. If that isn't good enough, its critical chance has shot up from 5% to 15%, and its multiplier has jumped from 1.5 to a 2 times damage multiplier. Now, usually I don't toss Berserker onto a weapon with less than 20% crit chance. However, its attack speed allows it to strike so quickly that racking up stacks is quite easy. In addition, it's also had its status chance boosted from 7.5% all the way up to 20%. And while I usually make some snarky remark about status, the fact is a speedy slash-based weapon with a respectable crit rate and a sizable status chance are actually pretty vicious when it comes to coordinated extended duration team play. For corrosive projections, a little viral damage, a little slash damage, and some crit-based action make this a definite contender. Now, speaking of extended duration play, can we talk? So in an environment where there is a new IT weapon every other week, it's rare to find something that will actually stand the test of time. Frankly, it's come to the point where I spank and bank weapons just to add another notch onto my mastery rank. However, the Dual Commas Prime is one of the beacons of hope out there. It says yes, there are attractive men who aren't conceited or vapid or just terrible people in general. And yes, some of them have jobs and cars and can navigate through life without their parents' assistance. And sometimes, just sometimes, they will wanna fuck you, and you will want to fuck them back, and you won't even hesitate to call out their dumb, possibly grammatically wrong name while you get drilled on the kitchen table. I mean, Dual Commas Prime? That just sounds fucking stupid, but it's okay because it feels too good to get hung up on the fact that it goes skana to dual skana, but it goes comma to dual commas? I'm not crazy, that's just redundant, right? And that, my friends, is how ADD ruins a good thing. Now, let's get back to the quick draw. So all in all, the Dual Commas Prime is freaking fantastic. Not only is the modeling absolutely gorgeous, but its effectiveness is definitely in line with its aesthetic. With a good mix of supplemental stats supporting a nice hefty base damage, in my eyes this is currently the high-end choice for the dual swords category. In addition, it comes with an innate V-slot, making it viable for a decent build straight out of the box, providing you like its stance polarity. Because let's face it, statistically this thing is hung like a horse, it just all depends on how you like to ride it. So thank you all for watching another episode of the Quick Draw. If you missed it, be sure to check out my fanboying video over Trinity Prime Access, as well as all the new items released in U17.5. Now, don't forget to do all the things that I ask you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned and watch me get distracted by more shiny pretty things here at A Gay Guy Plays. I mean, it just sounds wrong, dual commas? Dual commas, is that like 2 sets of commas? Because commas is 2, so when you have dual commas, you have more than 1 set of them. No? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm just getting carried away.